Hi everyone, Deb here. Welcome to Embellishments on the 11th, where a group of us make embellishments, however many and whatever kind we want to, and share it with you on the 11th at noon Eastern. We did lose somebody for this month, which is Fashionably 50 something and beyond. I'll note that down below, and she's not sure she'll be back November, December, so we'll see. Um, anyway, if you remember these little mini journals I did for National Coffee Day, I decided I wanted some embellishments, and I've had this bucket of stamps, dies, embossing folders, papers, blah, 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 and scraps. So I decided to make a bunch of little embellishments for in these little mini journals, and I did just do some cut aparts and things, and I'll talk you through it all. So oh, and before I get into those, I have this sheet of Color Me. I think the name of this company was www.sweetstamp.com or something like that, but they're no longer in business. And I'm sorry, I have wires here and I'm afraid to move them because my computer is acting up again still. Anyway, so I did color some, but I did not, they're stickers, so I did not take them off of here because I think I'm just going to stick these to some of the pages in here that don't have pockets or anything, because I like to have blank pages for writing too. So the colors I used, this had been done before. That's not one of them. And I didn't do all of them. I did 2 coffee pots, um, 3 travel mugs, and 3 regular mugs, and all the little hearts. And the colors I used were, they're all Stampin' Up! Alcohol markers. Crumb Cake Light and Dark, Pecan Pie Light and Dark, Pool Party Light and Dark. Um, I think I started off with Bubble Bath Light and Dark on these two, but then I switched to Pretty in Pink Dark for those and this, and I also brought in some gel pens in glaze pens, I mean, in white, black, and this sort of a metallic-y pink for on here, and some of the hearts too. Not this one, but these have some of that. Um, and I also used well, it wasn't that one because that's not open, a Spectrum Noir sparkle pen on the whipped cream, and then I also use that white glaze pen over that. So, and also use this on, you won't be able to see it, but on the coffee pot part that's clear, supposed to be clear. So yeah, and the lids, I think these lids have it as well. So those are ready to go into the books. And then I used these dies. I don't think I'd ever use these, and there's only 6 dies in here. Well, it turns out the only 2 that are coffee related are right here, and you can see but they're a good size. It says a morning without coffee is like sleep. Yeah, not for me. It's like waking up to cat meowing. Anyway, I die cut, well, you have to die cut multiples to get, like, for example, the white here or the colored band. So I did some out of designer paper, and I'll tell you where that's from in a minute. These, this one's upside down. These are from scraps from a paper that I've had scraps for a while, and those, I'll show them in a minute too. And this is out of a newer paper pad I had not used yet. Same with this. And then these are little Prima flowers. These were Stampin' Up! Little gold flower embellishments, Prima flowers. And these pinks here are leftover scraps. These ovals, that's from a double oval punch from Stampin' Up! And I ran it through a subtle embossing folder. This is a postage stamp punch, and I had several different colors of, this is craft paper, I think. I don't remember if it's plain craft or if it's one that has polka dots or stars on the other side. And this one, I think I went completely over with a tea dye marker. Okay, so I found some in my drawer here. I have distress markers in spun sugar, tea dye, and weathered wood. So I used them on some of these embellishments too. And I went around the edges. Now this, was it this one or this one? I think it was this one. This was a darker piece to begin with, left over from making it. And I went over it with a Sharpie gold paint marker, but I didn't like that. So I flipped it back over and just went around the edges to darken it. And the pink around the edges on these pink papers, which were scraps, are the spun sugar. And then these I backed on the same paper as this and just some black cardstock. And these were punches. This was a starburst punch from Stampin' Up! And this was a 2-inch circle punch, if I remember correctly. And then all the rest of these were just scraps of white. So you have to die cut the whole cup out of white and then cut this off. And then this is a separate piece. But all the rest of these, I did use this one and this one. I didn't use the photo frame or this banner, and there's another something over here. I can't remember. So those are the first things, and I thought they would make cute corner tucks or just a little decoration on a page. And then I had this one piece of coffee bean paper left as a scrap, and it was from the top of a paper pad. And so I had this scrap out of I have this texture paper pad. I tried to use more of it, but it didn't. I was going to die cut with it, and you'll see that in a minute on a tab. It didn't really, well, it did for these, but it didn't punch well. So I did use it for the bands on these first cups. So this polka dot paper is actually already a textured paper out of this woven paper pad. It had been from Tuesday Morning, but it was gifted to me by a lady named Michelle Perry, who was with Little Craft Creations. But I don't think she does YouTube anymore either. I don't know. I hope she's okay. I did bump these cups up on dimensionals. These I just glued flat down because I don't want too much dimension in my little book, right? So this I made a belly band out of. This had already been stamped like that, except that I took my 1-inch circle punch and die cut it out of the center, and you can see this is the rim that had been around that, and I just glued it down onto this one like a frame. So I can use that too. And then these are, oh, here's the gems I used. Dollar Tree, I've had for ages. Prima for the little flowers and for the little gold flowers, Stampin' Up! But I think these might be retired. They're supposed to be in silver, brass, and champagne. I might have mixed some up. I guess, I don't know. These must be champagne and these might be brass, but they all looked gold to me, different shades of gold and silver. So anyway, I used those. And the paper I've been talking about is I had scraps. This was from Love You a Latte, and I had finished this except for what's in this scrap pouch for traveler's notebooks I had done and gave away. And then I have this size Sunday Morning from Recollections. Says 2018, which is probably when I got it, but I also have a 6x6. I didn't touch that, but you can see I used the Starburst punch there on the back of these and some of the coffee cups here. And then I used another sheet, this one for some coffee cups. And then these were scraps out of that Love You a Latte. I don't have any more of it. I don't think. There was a piece that had little flowers on, and I ended up cutting some of the flowers off too, but I didn't use them. So that's mostly what I used. And then these were in one of the papers too. The paper looked like this. And so I took those dies. There's like this one here. And I was trying to get some of them with that. I had another one, I messed one up. But I also got some 1-inch circle punches out to get a few more like these. And then I have some other ones that I used that, this die, like this, for some of these sayings, beautiful day. I think I have some more here. Here's the flowers I fussy cut. Good morning. I think I have another good morning. Hug in a mug. That's a 1-inch circle punch. That's that same die. So I have those I can use. And I also fussy cut, or I didn't fussy cut them. I just cut out some, this was a cut apart sheet. So we have that. This was a piece of paper, but I have 3 of these I thought I could use for a little tuck spot somewhere. I might have to cut them down for sure. And this also can be just a decoration. And this was actually off the cut apart sheet. What does that one say? Hug in a mug. And that's a little off center, but I could put a little image or a Jemmy there or something. Sweet dreams and coffee in the morning, and you're more delicious than avocado toast. So I can tuck them in if I make something. And Brutiful might have to be a sideways one. This one I figured I'll use as a belly band because it fits, it just fits on. I think I had to take like a 1/4 inch off each end of the bean paper, but it'll fit right there. So that's what I'm planning to do with that one in that book because there's nothing on that back. And then I have a tab punch I had never used from Stampin' Up. This was from the Love You a Latte paper. This was a craft paper pad, and I don't know if you can see it has little white stars on it. So I have several of those, and I could either use them on the star side or I could flip them over and it's just craft on the other side. And this was more of this same texture paper, but it doesn't punch very well. It got jaggedy edges, but you know what? It's a junk journal. I can leave it like that. And then, where'd those pieces go? I'm losing it. I probably threw them up here. I did. So these two, nope, hang on. This one and this one. Nope, this one and this one. Sorry. This was a punched out with a 1-inch circle punch, but I used the die from that set and used, I think, this same paper. So I thought I could just put 2 of them anyway. I can do more that way too and put them on the tab. And that would make a nice little decoration. I didn't do that yet because I want to figure out where I'm going to put them. And same with this one. Can go on like that. And I can do that with some of the others, and that can go on any of these tabs. And I don't know where the tabs, I thought actually it would look good with this one because that color is almost the same. And this was a scrap out of the I Love You a Latte paper. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs, and then these little circle things can go on them. And then these were I think I already showed you them. They were out of this die. And I thought, well, what am I going to do with that set? Because it already had a hole in it. So I just backed them on a 1.5-inch circle punch out of the scrap pink paper. And here I used thick twine from Paper Studio, Hobby Lobby. And I have this huge roll of it. It's pretty thick. And the other one I used this blue. This is weathered wood around it, and I just went around the edge of this with spun sugar. I didn't do the outer piece, and this is Dollar Tree twine, very much thinner, but that's okay. I like the thin sometimes more. And so that's about it for the coffee. And then I have these die cuts I was going to do something with, and I didn't get to it. So forgive me for that. So let me just push these aside, and I want to show you, changing gears a little bit, what else I made for when I didn't make it specifically for today, but most people on my channel will not have seen these because I made these on a 3-hour live stream with on Martha Makes Art channel. I forget what day. Tuesday? Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday. So these are rosettes I made with for Halloween because I am part of a collab for what's in my boo bag, and I haven't decided yet whether these will be bag toppers. These are Dollar Tree felt stickers. This paper I can't get to. I'm pretty sure it was Cartabella, and it's double-sided. So I picked what side I wanted. This was a die cut spider web, but over here it had a boo-boo. Like the die cut didn't punch it all the way through because of the glitter paper. This is Dollar Tree ribbon, and then I used black stickles on a scalloped circle thing, which I think was part of the dies that are in this was a stamp and die set called Round We Go. Do I still have that here? Yes. This one, I used these two each to make the background rosettes. And then I used Stampin' Up's Gorgeous Grape, Pumpkin Pie, Gorgeous Grape, and Granny Apple Green and Black to die cut now these don't cut out, but this one does and this one does. But I think I ended up using a punch. Let me or some other die, but I can't remember now which die. Oh, it was out of here. It was these two out of Tasteful Label dies, which are retired. Because I was disappointed. These are a good size, but they don't punch out. They just put the decoration in the paper, which I didn't know. I was kind of disappointed in that, actually. So yeah, that's what I did, and I just pulled this label back here had already been cut. This was some kind of netting from food products. This was Dollar Tree ribbon from a Halloween many years ago, and red stickles on the bat teeth because it was like he bit somebody already. The little kitty cat, and I didn't put any stickles on him. This was in my stash, don't remember. This was another food netting. Gorgeous Grape, Pumpkin Pie and Black, Gorgeous Grape, I think on this one. Yeah. And this was Tim Holtz Ranger Mummy ribbon or fabric or whatever over Granny Apple Green, but then I also used some kind of green stickles around the spider and these two gemmies that sort of look like blood droplets coming off the little spider. Probably would have been better coming off that owl, or bat, excuse me. So that is what I made for embellishments on the 11th. I hope you enjoyed that. I shouldn't have stacked them all up, right? Yeah. And that's all I had time for this month. I also wanted to do some fall things and more with the coffee. I still need to do dangles. I didn't get to them, but they're on the agenda for this weekend sometime. So I hope you'll follow me that I could make them on my other channel and then just show them here. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do about that. But I have to make a couple dangles, so I'll probably do them on my other channel. Let me know what you think, and I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else made. I hope you are too. Be sure to follow the links down below. If they don't link, just copy the link into your search bar and search that way, because sometimes the links don't pop in right on YouTube. I don't know why. Don't ask me. So, yep, that's it for now. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful weekend ahead. I hope everyone in the South Florida in particular this time fared okay, that you're safe if you're in that area, and yeah, let us know in the crafting community to our crafting friends, okay? Thank you. Hugs, love, and peace.